Many classic sci-fi shows are just as exciting and innovative as audiences remember them to be when they were first airing on TV. Shows like The X-Files, Star Trek, The Next Generation, and The Twilight Zone are still frequently brought up when discussing great pieces of science fiction on TV, leaving series like Lex and Sliders to be unfairly overlooked. As a result, it can be easy to forget just how exceptional they are. Audiences will be pleased to see that many of these classic sci-fi series, ranging from the 70s to the early 2000s, hold up well with modern viewing. Much of this can be credited to their focus on character-driven narratives, and the benefit of technology having advanced during this time. Such components allow for time travel and adventure-filled series to still feel grounded and practical, establishing a quality that's enduring to this day. Alien Nation, 1989 to 1990. A promising detective drama that sees humans and aliens working together. An alien in Alien Nation reaches his hands out. Being cancelled after one season, it's easy to forget the gripping drama in Alien Nation and all of its potential. Adapted from the 1988 movie of the same name, Alien Nation continues to explore various social issues through a sci-fi lens. The series follows two detectives, Matt Sykes, Gary Graham, and George Francisco, Eric Pierpoint. The latter is part of an extraterrestrial race known as newcomers, who immigrate to the United States and learn to live among humans. Though it's mostly a detective sci-fi show where criminal activity is investigated by the detective duo, much of Alien Nation's drama is centered around the tension between newcomers and humans, with various storylines exploring themes of bigotry and assimilation. The character design of the newcomers is just as impressive as the series writing, and the show, despite its short run, does a satisfying job of fleshing out Matt and George's partnership. Sliders, 1995 to 2000. A group of travelers moves through parallel universes. The cast of Sliders. As Sliders continued its run into 2000, the creativity that made its earlier seasons special began to die out. Still, the somewhat tarnished reputation that came as a result shouldn't be all that one remembers of the sci-fi fantasy series. Airing for 5 seasons, Sliders begins by following a group of travelers as they move, or slide, through a wormhole to travel between parallel universes. Unable to do anything but hope they can return to their home universe, the travelers explore the different universes they travel to. Getting caught up in the events of whichever parallel universe the travelers find themselves in, the innovation of Sliders was initially limitless. Early seasons of the show had a fun, adventurous tone as the characters, who are unable to control where they end up next, were forced to adapt to their unfamiliar surroundings. However, a shift in the series' creative direction by season 3 produced some unfavorable storylines. 6. seaQuest DSV, 1993 to 1996. A blend of marine science and sci-fi adventures. Cast of the TV show seaQuest DSV. Exploring themes related to environmentalism, seaQuest DSV presents a mix of gripping drama with a realistic setting. The series follows a crew on the titular high-tech submarine in the aftermath of a disaster in the year 2018. After humanity has wiped the Earth of nearly all of its natural resources, colonies are set up on the untapped ocean floor. The seaQuest crew is responsible for conducting research and settling disputes with other nations. seaQuest DSV shines a light on a bleak future where the prioritization of greed harms the environment. Still, the sci-fi series has an adventurous feel to it and is kept exciting with its frequent cast changes. With each season, seaQuest DSV's crew of characters were rotated as a means to push the story along and to keep audiences enthusiastic about the show, as its ratings were considerably lower than other competing series at the time. 5. Lex, 1997 to 2002. An odd group of individuals travel through space. Kai talking to someone in Lex. Having received mixed reviews while it was on air, audiences might be surprised to find out that Lex is quite a solid series after all. The show initially began as 4 made-for-TV movies before transforming into a traditional TV show and totaling 4 seasons of weirdness and bold experimentation. The sci-fi series follows a group of misfits aboard the titular spaceship as they face various enemies across the universe. Thanks to word of mouth online, Lex has accumulated a dedicated cult following that is appreciative of the series' unique sense of humor and complicated characters. The show varied in tone throughout its run, with some seasons being heavily comedic and others being more straightforward and dark. Still, the compelling characters and mixed bag of irony and exploration of death and reincarnation in Lex make it easy for audiences to trust the series, willingly following it in every strange direction. Space, 1999, 1975 to 1977. Researchers adapt to their chaotic life in space. Space 1999 cast. Space, 1999 is set on the Moon after a nuclear waste explosion sends it out of Earth's orbit. The show follows a group of individuals aboard a research center on the Moon known as Moonbase Alpha. During their time in space, the crew comes across various threats, including aliens and dystopian societies. Though some of the series' performances and its scientific inaccuracies have been criticized over the years, the show is still a great source of entertainment. Visually speaking, Space, 1999 is one of the best sci-fi series of the 70s. Special effects artist Brian Johnson helped bring to life the series' eye-catching special effects. Combining full-sized props and scale models, Space, 1999's effects were not only cost-effective but realistic as well, which helped the series gain positive attention. For its complex storytelling and high production values, Space, 1999 earned positive comparisons to other notable sci-fi series at the time, such as Star Trek.